Well, hey, awesome, beautiful people. I am so uber excited today. This is the best of my ZGallerie dupes for 2020. I've been wanting to put this video out, but just really didn't have the time. And I'm so happy that I was able to finally get this video up for you guys. And I have three of my top three for these wall art. I did other ZGallerie DIYs and dupes, but I wanted to do just the ZGallerie wall art. And guys, they are so absolutely so much fun to create. So I'm going to go through these now. I hope you guys are just excited as I am. This is my first one, not the first one I did, but the first one up. I like this one. It just says sunshine to me. It's so pretty, and it's like really pretty. You see all that crushed glass, just nice and chunky with goldy, creamy silver and gold, gorgeous. So guys, just a good tip also, you could pick up these canvases at Hobby Lobby. Most of the time they're on sale. This one, for instance, was $24.99. It's 24 by 36, and I got it for 50% off. But if you don't have a sale, you can always use the 40% off Hobby Lobby coupon, and they always take those every single day. So keep that in mind, and you can save a lot of money on canvases. So these are the colors I'm using. This really pretty gold. It's a metallic color, and it's called 24 karat gold, and I love this, one of my favorites. So what you're going to do is just, you don't even have to prep your canvas, believe it or not, because it's acrylic, so it's not like a water paint, or you're not going to be doing any medium art, and you're not going to be using oils. You don't have to prep the canvas at all. So all you have to do is get out your paint and start painting, and as you can see, that's basically what I did. So just a good tip, guys. You can use any brush for this also, because it's acrylic paint and it's the easiest paint to use. Now I'm going back with the lighter champagne, and I just painted the other side. I left the middle open, and I'm just going to go back in there with some silver. Now what I did originally is I used that to blend out the colors. You want to have what we call a gradation when you're painting or when you're doing art. And then I went back with some white, because the silver sort of washed it out. The white is actually just a regular Waverly paint, and that's fine because it's all relative. It's what you want your wall art to look like. And yeah, I went back and put a little bit of gold in, but I just did a really good blending job, and it doesn't take long. You can use this paint and get this painted out on a canvas this size in like 10 minutes, guys. Really simple and easy, so don't be intimidated. I also went ahead and I got some crushed glass. You don't have to use this. This is optional. And I'm going to be using this for as the glitter, and you can just use glitter, guys. So like I said, that's optional, and you probably should wear gloves. I don't, because I'm still used to using these mediums, and whatever glitter you like. I use these colors because it's based on whatever colors you're going to be using for your personal decor, or for whatever your personal preference is. So now that I have all of my different glitters, I like to use some fine, some in between, and some chunky. Once again, that's up to you. And I went ahead and I already mixed my epoxy off camera. We'll get into that a little bit later on. You just want to pour it in the middle and sort of take your time and horizontally stretch it out, you know, pull it from one end to the other, and then you want to go back and forth vertically. And this is where you want your crushed glass or glitter or both to be applied. And once you've done that, and you really can't go wrong with that, you just go back and you can start adding your crushed glass and glitter. I always put the crushed glass down first, because if you put the glitter down, then the crushed glass won't adhere as well. And I know I was looking like I was pouring it out like a salt shaker, but I was. I wanted this one to be very, very chunky, and that's why I went back with some chunky gold glitter on the side where the gold paint was, and then I went back with the really fine Martha Stewart's glitter also, and it really gave it a really nice effect. Now I'm going to go to the other side with that fine silver glitter, and I'm just going to apply that to the other side, and that's basically it, guys. What I'm going to do now is just let it dry overnight. Now this is the next day. It's completely dry. Just let it dry overnight. It only needs one night to dry. My husband's just shaking it off, and I'm brushing off the excess and just going in and cleaning it up, and as you can see, not that much fell off at all. And that's it, guys. Isn't it pretty with all that chunky crushed glass? So gorgeous. And honestly, you really can't see what it looks like on camera. I've tried different angles, but you really can't see how amazing it looks, but it's so fabulous. Oh my gosh. And I just love the way it turned out. It's beautiful. So for my next DIY, this was the first one I did, and this is really gorgeous and it's huge. So this one I think is like 36 inches by like 46 inches. Now that doesn't sound big, but get out a tape measure and you'll see how big it is. I have it next to a Pier 1 mosaic in my living space. It's absolutely gorgeous, guys, as you can see. So I basically had to really fix the camera on a nice angle for this because it's so huge to get the entire thing in. I'm using black and silver and white, and I'm going to go back with a little bit of champagne gold, and I'm going to be using my good old Poron. That's in Viratex, and this is a crushed glass also, same crushed glass. Now I like this one. I got this from Michael's. It's really pretty. It's like a buttery color crystal. Some of them are a little bit warmer and some of them are a little bit cooler in color with the crushed glass. I like the warmer buttery colored one, but I'll tell you about a fix to that later. So I'm going to be using the glitter that's the same color. Once again, crushed glass is optional, and so is the epoxy. You don't have to use those. You can use any adhesive you want. Mod Podge, glue. I even saw somebody using what do you call it, spray adhesive, and guess what, it worked good. And you don't have to paint these. You can go ahead and get spray paint and spray paint your heart away, and it'll look just as beautiful. I've seen so many people using spray paint for these. I just like getting up close and personal and blending those colors together, and so that's why I like to go in with the paint. But this is optional, like I said, as long as you get started. It's so much fun making your own art. So this one I'm going to be using black on one side, and it's the same technique where you just do one side, and once you get that side painted out, you're going to go to the other side. Now I would recommend, if you're going to be using epoxy or using crushed glass, that you wear gloves, maybe even goggles to protect yourself. Please don't go by my bad example. And just to mention, guys, you'll save so much money when you do make your own art, and it's such a better appreciation for what you've crafted or made yourself. So after I got this whole side done with the black, make sure that you also, by the way, go and get the edges when you're doing this. So when you're painting it out, just actually the same amount that you have on your sponge brush or your brush, either one is fine, whatever you use. Just go back and do the edging. Make sure that it's completed, you know, and have a nice finish. So I went back with the gray on the other side, and I'm gonna go to the middle, like I said, and just basically get rid of that demarcation there and fill that in. Now I'll tell you guys, I did this in white. It just did not look right. So I went back and got this really pretty champagne gold. It's like one of my favorite colors. And I just went ahead and went over the white, as you can see, completely, and just blended out. And I did leave a little bit of the white just sticking out, peeking out a little bit when I did blend it, just for that gradation and to give it some more, like really give it some teeth, you know what I mean? And just have a really nice look to it. Really, really pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and because it looks a little bit like the black is already dried and you can see the metallic paint, but right now it's still sort of wet. So I basically went ahead, blended it out a little bit more, and then I let it dry down. Now When you guys see how pretty this looks when it dries down, you'll see what I mean. Because you really can't go by what it looks like when it's wet all the time. But now you see that it's dry. It's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see that color really coming through. Beautiful. So now that that's completely dried down and I'm pretty much satisfied with the way it looks, I'm going to be covering up most of this anyway, but I wanted that to really have that buttery look in the middle. So I've already mixed my epoxy. There are instructions on your epoxy. You want to just basically pour it in the middle after you mix it, by the way, after you mix it up, like I'm doing, and you just want to spread it out evenly, and then you want to go back and just basically push it out on the sides. So you're basically going vertical and then horizontally, or for me, horizontally and then vertical. And that's basically it, guys. It looks easy, and guess what? It is really, really easy. So it's nothing to do but to do it, you know? So much fun. Then you go back with your crushed glass. How much you use is up to you. If you use any at all, it's optional. And if you want it really chunky, lay it on. If you don't want to use any at all, just go straight to the glitter. And any glitter you like. I like to sort of mix my glitter up and go with like a fine glitter, maybe a chunky glitter, maybe a little bit one in like a regular medium. Just mix it up. You don't have to even do that either. It's all relative. Just get started. It's so much fun. And now I'm just going back over the side that had the black metallic paint with some very fine black glitter. It's so pretty. And I like the black. It really grounds this this abstract art. It really does. So I went back with a lot of glitter. This one I did not do all that on camera. It would have took too long for the video, but you can see I'm going back and showing you the type of glitter I use. See that buttery color to it? Gorgeous. And that's the one I prefer. And I just basically went back and filled in whatever spots before you just let it dry out. Just take a once over and see if there's anything that's missing, like over there. And I basically went back and filled it all in. And after I filled in everything and sort of made sure I didn't have any spaces for what I wanted, you know, and then I just let it dry overnight. This is what it looked like when it was wet. And yeah, so the next day, this is what it looks like. And guys, it's absolutely beautiful. And it looks cosmic. This one, I always look at it and it just feels like it's like otherworldly out in space. It's just so cosmic. It's just so gorgeous. And it's huge. I love this one. So for my third ZGallerie dupe this year, for well, last year, is this really pretty blue one. Guys, this is the one where I had the crushed glass that I ordered online from Michael's, and when it came, it wasn't that buttery crushed glass. It was more of a like, almost like a little bit of white paper or something on it. I don't know. But I made it work, and as you can see, it looks buttery. So I'm going to show you what I did in a little while. But these are the colors I went with. This is the color I had in my room at the time. I had this this sort of like teal blue color in my room. You know I done changed that up, right? Yes, right now I have a beautiful red velvet going on. I made a boudoir in my room, so to speak. So yeah, it's very moody in there. I got some moody wallpaper up and just but anyway, I digress. So I went ahead and used the same technique with the beautiful blue paint. Now this looks like it's royal blue, but it's actually like a teal, and it's a metallic teal with a touch of maybe a royal blue in it. But yeah, that's just the way it's reading on camera, but it's so beautiful. It really is. And I mixed that with that same black metallic paint from before to give it a nice rich color. I love jewel tones, and that's basically what that bottom color is. So cute. And then I went back with the nice metallic silver this time. The other ones were a little bit more matte. This one is it's just popping a little bit more, and as you can see, it's gorgeous if you can catch the reflection in the light. Now, I used to go back and blend it out, but this one I wanted to break the rules, and I left a line of demarcation because you're not gonna see it anyway. Now I'm showing you what the epoxy looks like. They come in all different sizes. Take you know, equal parts of each, mix them. If you're going to be doing some resin art, you can mix it for like 3 to 5 minutes, but because you're just doing this, all you have to do is mix it for 3 minutes and you're ready to go. And I would recommend, when you're working with resin, once again, to wear gloves, goggles. If you're going to be heating resin, like making trays and coasters, please wear a respiratory mask with cartridges for organic vapors and protect yourselves. It is not worth getting sick over. So I'm using the same technique, as you can see. If you guys are interested in any of the items that I use for this, or for when I do resin art, like making trays and coasters and such, please let me know, and I'll add all of that information in the description bar if you're interested. And I can put links down there for whatever store. I have an Amazon store, and I can put links for that too, and you can go and, you know, basically purchase this if you're interested in trying to do these yourself. And I hope you guys are, because you save a whole bunch of money, and who doesn't like to save coin? So for this one, as you can see, the crushed glass is not as chunky, it's not as buttery, it's not as luxe, and so because it's indie, and I say that's not delicious, and I like it to be delicious, I am going to show you how to change that crushed glass. Yes. So after I put a lot on, I'm gonna go back with the blue. I'm using the same teal colored blue, and I'm gonna take, this is what I'm gonna use. This is a little bit of glitter glass mixed with a little bit of fine gold glitter. And as you can see, when I put this in the middle, it's going to warm it up. And I'm going to gently spread it around, make sure that it lands right in the middle to warm up that. And now you can see where the colors are basically transcending a little bit, and when it dries down, it will look nice and buttery. Now I'm just going back with some gray glitter on the other side. I'm sorry, silver glitter rather. Going back with a little bit of fine glitter on that side. Now do you see how buttery that is? So there's a whole bunch of little tricks and tips that you can get when you're doing this, and it's just so much fun. And yeah, I just absolutely love the way it looks. I love the way they all turned out. And by the way, for that second ZGallerie dupe, I have to give a shout out to Shalomi. She's the glamorous penny pincher. You got to go by and check out her channel. If it wasn't for her, I would still probably be only at 400 subscribers. She watched my video for the first ZGallerie dupe I did with the black and the silver, and she gave me a shout out and told people to check out my channel. Shalomi, thanks so much. I will be forever grateful to you because you changed the trajectory of my channel. She is fabulous. She's such a great designer. She has great decor tips for you, and she's just an all-around great person. You gotta go check out her channel. Shalomi, thanks a lot. Once again, that's the glamorous penny pincher. So guys, I hope you like these DIYs for my top 3 for 2020 for ZGallerie dupes. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And guys, keep your head up, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. You're so loved, you have no idea. And once again, don't forget to check out the glamorous penny pincher and tell them that Lady Cinnamon sent you over there, and I'll see you in the next video.